What's up, Inscos? Today we are talking about Austin 316.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
And me and Logan thinks Stone Cold's not coming out of WrestleMania. I think he is. So we're making a bet about this. Whoever wins gets to make a video by themselves. Put in the comments below who you think is going to win.
So when Stone Cold doesn't show up at WrestleMania, you have to take a day off, and I get to film a video by myself just like the good old days. And if Stone Cold shows up at WrestleMania...
What?
If Stone Cold shows up at WrestleMania...
What?
I take a day off, and you get to film a video by yourself.
Wait, did you say good old days when it's by yourself?
Yeah.
We're not talking all about the bet. We are talking about
Guys, write down in the comments below, who do you think is going to win? Do you think Stone Cold is going to show up at WrestleMania, or do you think he's not going to show up? If you agree with Colin, write in the comments below, Team Hell Yeah. But if you agree with me, comment Team Hell No.
Did you just interrupt me? Stop!
Well, it's not as bad as Vince's stunner.
As I was saying, before you really interrupted me, we are not talking about the bet this whole video. We are talking about Stone Cold's best moments. And before we do that, I have some proof and how Stone Cold's gonna show up at WrestleMania. So
you know, tonight's the Hall of Fame.
Tonight is the Hall of Fame. They are inducted Stone Cold and Bret Hart in the Hall of Fame.
Their match, Stone Cold and Bret Hart, into the Hall of Fame tonight.
So,
and they're being inducted by the best in the world, CM Punk.
So what I'm feeling is Stone Cold's not going to come out tonight. He's going to come out 2 days from then. At WrestleMania. That's my proof right there. Okay. But let's get into some Stone Cold moments. Let's kick it off. What made Stone Cold Stone Cold? His promo when he won King of the Ring. That is one of my favorite promos in wrestling. When he was like, "Oh, Steve Austin just said he kicked the whoop the ass."
Also, we can't forget that Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't always Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was first known as the Ringmaster, and his manager was Ted DiBiase, and he had the $1 Million Champion. That was at the start of his career, but then 6 months later, he became the Texas Rattlesnake we all know and love.
And he won King of the Ring, as I said. Another thing is probably one of my favorite Stone Cold moments when they're making a whole Ultimate Edition figure about it. Bret Hart had Stone Cold in the sharpshooter. Stone Cold's number one thing he said before the match, he is not tapping out to the sharpshooter. Stone Cold's bleeding, he was bloody, he was screaming, but he passed out. He did not tap out, and he was one of the only guys to not tap out to the sharpshooter. So,
and we can't forget the time when Stone Cold got arrested on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Because on TV, one time Stone Cold was arrested by a police officer after assaulting the guy who shall not be named.
It's Vince.
That's a CM Punk reference.
Another great thing is when Stone Cold turned heel.
Oh.
When he took that chair and he was like, right to the rock.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the legendary rivalry, one of the greatest rivalries of all time. Stone Cold and The Rock.
And this ain't about Stone Cold, but the WrestleMania theme song for that year's fire is kind of this so loud. One of their songs that was fire. Another thing is Stone Cold, The Rock. No, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, and The Rock.
Oh yeah.
In the ring at WrestleMania 30.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I wonder what year that came out.
the year yours truly came on the serve. Because at WrestleMania 30, it was the opening toast with the host of WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan, and then Stone Cold came out, and then The Rock came out, and then they all decided to chug some beers to open up WrestleMania 30.
When you just said when yours truly came on the earth, there's gonna be somebody in the comments saying sadly 2014 happened. Just kidding. Another thing is when Stone Cold came out of retirement, the only match I've seen of Stone Cold live when he fought Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38.
That match was fire.
I knew that was gonna be probably the last time we see him in action, and me and Logan predicted what he was gonna be wearing.
Yeah. Oh, and we also can't forget
and when Stone Cold came out, the fans were jumping, and then he left, and then he went to get this 4-wheeler. That was sick.
Oh, and we forgot to mention the time when Stone Cold actually broke his neck.
By Owen Hart.
Or was it Bret Hart?
It was Owen Hart.
Oh, okay. He broke his neck. But due to the bravery of Austin 316, came back. And didn't he win a champion?
Yeah, but I think that is one of Stone Cold's best moments. But one of his best moments is he wasn't even in a match.
Really?
One of his best moments is just when it said Austin 316 and the glass shattered and him walking out. You cannot forget that moment.
Oh, another legendary...
Oh, and we can't forget this. It's not even have nothing to do with Stone Cold. It's when he returned and the pop he got.
Yeah, that's right.
The biggest pop in wrestling. So I want that at WrestleMania 41.
And this moment will go down as one of the most saddest moments in WWE, was when the time when Stone Cold unfortunately retired from the WWE after losing to The Rock. And he did not appear in a match for 19 years up until 2022.
And this is so surprising. I think it's just because I was so excited for this segment. When Stone Cold had that backstage, in his desert, when he was to Kevin Owens, "You one dumb son of a bitch, messing with a rattlesnake." I think it was just because I was begging to see Stone Cold fight again. That's why it was probably one of my favorite moments. People that grew up in the Austin era, that's nowhere close to one of their favorite moments to me, because that was when Kevin Owens was "Hey, look at Stone Cold." That was cool. Another cool Stone Cold moment is when he beat up Vince McMahon in the hospital because he deserves that. When he came in, it was a doctor and he just ripped his mask off.
And we can't forget about the time when Stone Cold was tormented in the hospital by The Undertaker and Paul Bearer.
When he got hanged on the stage, or was that Stephanie?
That was Stone Cold, and he got tormented in the hospital by The Undertaker and Paul Bearer. And it was a pretty kind of inappropriate moment for many of us. I know it was for me. But it was the attitude.
Logan, this is going to scare you.
Whoa, you're doing it, Colin.
I had to do that. Another moment, I think this is the last Stone Cold moment that we are going to be talking about. And it's obviously when Stone Cold, I know when Stone Cold said healing when he hit the chair, but also when Stone Cold handshaked Vince McMahon. After all the hatred, they finally...
Oh, there's one we forgot.
What?
It was night 2 of WrestleMania 38 during Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. When Stone Cold came out, even Vince got out for one more match. And Stone Cold, at that night, we witnessed the worst stunner in the history of our sport. When Stone Cold stunnered.
And we had one of the best stunners.
Oh, yeah, the best stunners.
What a man, because the Rock's right there. When Austin Theory, every time me and my brothers played and we hit a stunner, I always sound like the Rock or Austin Theory.
When I was asleep for that match, but I woke up when Stone Cold came out, and my dad and my brothers were they were dying because of that Vince stunner and that Theory stunner.
And that is And we have one of the best wrestlers, and we just said his moments. Logan, I have to tell you something.
Yes.
I got a trick for you.
Ooh, thanks.
But you're not going to drink the drink.
Why would you give me the drink if I'm not gonna drink it?
It's going in the air.
Yeah.
Just like your body.
What the?
Austin 316! We're out, man!
Don't
Peace!
forget to vote. Who do you think's gonna win the bet?
Drink it! Austin 316! Out!